My name is Audrey, I'm 21 years old, I have autism and intellectual disability. Let's get on with today's video. So, we are going to be talking about autism and ADHD and keeping on a schedule and just keeping structure and routine and just getting stuff that we need to get done in our daily life. So let's get in. So when you think of autism and you think of ADHD as two separate entities, ADHD people really structure and time management. Autistic people do struggle with time management. Please, if I'm wrong at anything, please put it in the comments so people can see it and I can also learn a little more if I messed up my. So autistic people like to stick to a routine, structure, have a daily entity. People with the ADHD really like to have, they don't necessarily like structure and they really have a hard time sticking to routine and getting stuff done. And autism does have the exclusive functioning issue, which is, functioning to have a daily life, like making sure your house is clean, doing the dishes, cleaning the house, I just said that, getting your work done, going to work, going to school, taking care of your dog, whatever that may be, and sticking to that routine, making sure everything gets done. Both disorders, mental disabilities, whatever you want to say, really have a hard time with exclusive functioning. But when it comes to autism, they really thrive on your routine and they like structure. So when you mix those that really have a hard time sticking to structure and really just like to absolutely, oh, I want to do this, or my brain thinks this, and it goes a million miles a minute. Imagine mixing those two things and having it. And I also have intellectual disability. So on that, I also have my intellectual disability, and the really big reason I am personally diagnosed with it is exclusive functioning. It is my full scale IQ, which has to do with exclusive functioning. My brain IQ, like my normal smarts, like reading a book, it's average. For me, it revolves around the exclusive functioning and the full scale IQ. So we're mixing all those things together, which makes it really hard for me to manage time. I love sticking to a structure, and so I find that very helpful. And I think people with ADHD also, but I think they have a lot harder time sticking on task. Like, this is next. They see, I don't know, you just randomly decide that this new shiny thing, I'm gonna go do this new shiny thing, which I love shiny things. I love new shiny things. It's so fun. But I also really like structure, so I have a really personal hard time sticking to a routine, making sure I can get everything done. I try, the last 2 weeks, I've been making a list on my phone of everything that needs to get done this week. Sorry about that, I turned on a podcast. I was listening. Everything that needs to get done for that way, because I find that harder, because if I have to have this list that gets done, it's really disappointing when I don't get everything on that list done. And so I just have a really hard time getting mentally also exhausted, trying to sticking to the routine, getting stuff done, functioning exclusively, like being a clean house. Both disorders really struggle with that, and it's really freaking hard because I'm trying to live independently and have independence and keeping a clean house, doing my school, doing my work, taking care of my dog, making sure it all gets done. And it is mentally and physically exhausting. But I love routine. I love getting things done, everything like that. And so I get distracted. I have a plan, I see something new, and I'm like, oh, I get distracted talking to someone because I love to talk. And I end up talking to my neighbor for 2 hours. 2 hours later, I'm way behind on my freaking routine. And it's really frustrating. And so that's kind of where it really lines. And so I'm going to now, I explained a little bit of it. I'm going to talk a little bit of what I do to manage it. If you're into dog training, management is life. So I like to set myself up for success. I like to have a daily routine. I eat the same thing every day. I go on the same routine. So I have a routine. I get up, I get dressed, I wash face, I eat my breakfast, I go on a decompression walk with my dog, I take her on a nice long walk to the lake and I let her sniff. I get things done. Whatever that needs to be done within, then I go to my list and I get things done. Matter that be walking a dog, walking quiet, filming a YouTube video, cleaning the house, whatever is on that list. And so some days I don't feel great and I feel really exhausted. It's been really hard for me to do all those things, so then they don't get done. Or I get distracted and I talk to a neighbor or I talk to a client, and I'm 2 hours, 30 minutes of all the things that need to be done. I try not to schedule times, because then if I have a really too strict of a schedule, it's really freaking frustrating when they don't happen. So what I like to do is have a routine, an outline of what order things get done. That way, if something happens and for whatever whatever reason I want to run an errand because I'm stuck of being in the house because I don't drive and I want my mom to take me somewhere, or my dad, and they're available, I do that. Or I have a client, and whatever it may be, I do that. But it's still really exhausting about all of the things and do all the things, because a few hours into my routine I'm exhausted and I'm tired and I need a break, and I need 30-minute breaks throughout the day. So it's just really tiring, and there's so much that needs to get done, and it's just exhausting. And I feel like I'm running on a hamster wheel, which I kind of like to be busy. I love to be busy. I love getting things done. It's just exhausting. It's just like again and again and trying to get the same things done, and I fail at one thing. I don't get the house clean because I'm exhausted, and again and again and again, and nothing gets done. So I would describe it overwhelming. Life can be overwhelming. Living like this can be overwhelming. There's a lot of things that you can do for ADHD, like medication. I am on medication every day for anxiety. I also do something for ADHD. It's not a stimuli. I actually had a reaction a few years ago, like when I was like 14, 12, I think it was like 12, 14, to the ADHD medication that I was taking in elementary school. I took a year off. I was homeschooling, and I just like didn't need it, so I was really struggling getting my schoolwork done. So my mom decided to try giving it back to me, and I had a pretty severe reaction. It wasn't like medically dangerous, but I ended up like having twitches. Like I would like this, and I would have to move my mouth like this, and it was like a Tourette-ish thing. It was a tic, and so I don't use that. I don't know. I do take something to help me stay on focus, but it's not a stimuli like I was on. Anxiety medication. I try to get up in the morning. I really struggle with that. I really struggle falling asleep. So I just try to do my best, and I just try to do. That's all I can do. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this video. I don't really know if it made sense, but I kind of just wanted to be honest and have a outline in my head and just talk about it, because I feel like that's the kind of videos I like. I like when they're kind of rambly, but I also like when they stay on topic. Like then I get bored because of the ADHD, so I'm rambling. Sorry about that. I'm sure you guys are kind of bored. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss one of my lovely videos. Bye guys. I will see you guys next week. Have an amazing day.